the battle between Airbus and Boeing is about to hit a host of European producers that have got nothing to do with making planes. For instance, French wine, Italian Parmesan cheese, Scotch and Irish whisky, British woolly sweaters. They'll all soon be subject to a 25% US tariff after the WTO gave the US permission to impose those tariffs as payback for illegal European subsidies to Airbus. The EU says it will defend itself and likely retaliate in the future. It's got its own case pending for the moment. Anna Stewart's in London. How concerned are they? At the end of the day, 25% on any product, particularly, say, a rather nice Cheshire cheese or a fine French wine, that sounds quite a lot.
It is, because when you look at some of these products, Richard, some of them are made by really small businesses, very niche industries, whether it's cheddar cheese, salami, olives, French wine, German waffles, you name it. All these are being hit with this 25% tariff, and it's really going to hurt. Some of them, for instance, Parmesan. Parmesan is a business that exports a fifth of all of its exported cheese to the United States. Can it afford for prices to rise? Can it afford for consumption to fall in the United States? Perhaps not. And most of them are very nonplussed. We had reaction, actually, from the European Dairy Association today. Let me bring that up for you. He says, I cannot see any reason to make basically the US cheese aficionados pay for the aircraft battle, since they would have to pay the higher prices for the dairy products from the EU member states involved in the Airbus project. And this is the reaction we've had all day. Why me? Why my business? Why am I being hit? This is a dispute that's 15 years old about planes.
But 7.5%, sorry, 25% up to 7.5 billion. Does that mean that, I mean, I'm trying to work this out logically and logistically. When these tariffs go on, these are consumer products. I assume in the fancy salons and shops that they will have to add on that or eat the difference themselves.
Yeah, and I think it's going to fall actually on the importers, the United States. I don't think many of the European businesses will be able to absorb that cost. And that will be why you could see consumption dipping. I'm not sure whether you, Richard, will be able to buy all of these things. You know, they will be getting that bit more expensive. Of course, there will be a retaliation here. Come next year, there is the parallel case with Boeing. The WTO already ruled that Boeing also received illegal subsidies from the United States. The EU's had this case, again, for 15 years. There will be retaliatory tariffs. And we also have that list ready to go. We know the longer list of what it could be. It includes things like raisins, playing cards, you name it. So this is a tit-for-tat battle that can continue, I imagine, for many months. I
assume you'll be taking that bottle home just for medicinal purposes on tariffs.
Quite.
Before the night is out. Absolutely, I would if I were you.
Yes.
Homework, absolutely, with the olives and the cheese, for a bit of extra homework as well.